Ciao, my name is Brother Grant and I'm pleased to be with you from my student desk here in Rome. Pace bene. Brothers and sisters, I'm hoping this small presentation will encourage us at home to continue focusing together on three key themes: prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. These are our Lenten practices. Now, earlier this week, I was meditating on the words that Francesco heard from the crucifix. Rebuild my church. And as a Franciscan friar today, these words echo in my heart. And I continue to believe that we're called to help Holy Mother Church rebuild the domestic church, to become little houses of prayer. And so, through the three Lenten themes of prayer, fasting, and almsgiving, we continue to practice both the corporal and the spiritual works of mercy. Now, our first theme, prayer, it's essential to human life. It's as necessary as daily bread. In fact, the disciples asked Jesus to teach them how to pray, and he teaches them the Our Father. So prayer really is a gift from God. It's also our means of conversion. And one of the time-honored practices that we have both personally and communally together is praying the Rosary. And this gift that came to us from our Holy Mother Mary is a way that we can enter more deeply into the mystery of our faith and the saving mission of Jesus Christ in our church, and now in our homes and other relationships as we reach out to others. And this is an opportunity for us to pray the Rosary in a more dynamic way. So let us begin to reintroduce the prayer, not just personally, but into our family time together, in our time with our roommates, our friends. In fact, there might be others who we only know outside of our home that are part of the church that we can no longer go and gather with. Well, social media and different platforms like the Google Chats and some of the different ones like Skype give us that capability, even through our cell phones, to join with others to pray the Rosary. And this is a great time to not only deepen our faith, but also to enter a little more fully into the mystery that will unfold in these coming days and next week as we enter both the passion, death, and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ at Easter. Now, in our second theme, fasting. Fasting, we know, can be a corporal thing that we can do. And usually it begins in Ash Wednesday, where we're asked to abstain from meat and to fast on that particular day. We'll also do the same thing on Good Friday. And really, this practice of corporal and spiritual fasting can help us at home in our Lenten practice. In fact, it should help us open up to healing, to forgiveness, and ultimately conversion. Now, I'm blessed to serve pastorally with Padre Agnello, who many of you have met and known as a friend of our community. And Padre Agnello, following the news that the churches were to close and public gathering for the Mass is no longer possible, he sent out something beautiful that I want to share with you that focuses on the spiritual part of fasting. And it goes like this: fast from judging others. Discover Christ who lives in them. Fast from saying hurtful words. Be filled with healing praises. Fast from being unhappy. Be filled with gratitude. Fast from anger. Be filled with patience. Fast from pessimism. Be filled with Christian hope. Fast from unnecessary worries. Be filled with trust in God. Fast from complaining. Be filled with the esteem, that wonder that is life. Fast from pressure and insistence. Fill yourself with incessant prayer. Fast from bitterness. Be filled with forgiveness. Fast from giving importance to yourself. Be filled with compassion for others. Fast from anxiety about your things. Compromise in the diffusion of the kingdom. Fast from discouragement. Be filled with enthusiasm and faith. Fast from all that separates you from Jesus. Be filled with everything that brings you closer to Him. Thank you, Padre Agnello. Our last topic, really, almsgiving, helps prayer and fasting come together in a Christ-centered way. And earlier this week, as we heard in the Gospel, Jesus is confronted by religious authorities. And it's the woman who's been caught in adultery. And we know in the story that we heard and have read that Jesus challenges them to cast the first stone if they're without sin. And so, almsgiving, in a very special way, it's my time to say thank you to all those, our benefactors, who support us in becoming who we are for Christ and the mission of His church as Franciscans of Halifax. And I encourage you to continue to give in the way that you can, if you're able to. Even with the cutbacks and some of the losses that are occurring, it's understandable that we can't give, some of us, like we used to, and that's fine. But I think in the coming days and weeks and so on, there will be other opportunities where we can go out and we can help support our brothers and sisters who are in need. So in this time of Lent, I want to share a little reflection on that gospel that my friend Joe Perplaki, who helped me to become an enthusiast in sharing the catechism of the Catholic Church and help formating other catechists in our diocese. And Joe has something very interesting to share with us, especially now that we're spending a lot more time on social media. And he says that it's made us much easier to throw stones. In fact, we're communicating in cyberspace. So we have this tendency to think that simply our comments are cyber stones and that they won't really hurt. Well, unfortunately, harsh words shared through social media have no less effect on others than the traditional stones that we throw. The only difference is that now we can hide behind our devices. In fact, the 8th commandment calls us to show respect for the reputation of others, to practice restraint in our comments lest we rush to any kind of a judgment about others, and to avoid calumny or the harming of another's reputation. We pray that we might be able to let go of all the stones that we're tempted to throw, especially in our social media interactions, that we might contribute to a culture that shows respect for others and humility for ourselves. And this is at the heart of the evangelical counsels for St. Francis, who says that humility is the key. So my brothers and sisters, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving gives us an opportunity to see that God is the ultimate source of holiness. And to become holy, we need to stay close to God, like St. Francis.